Welcome to Howard's Opinion, the podcast where we dive into the most captivating stories in the world of sports. I'm your host, Howard, and I'm thrilled to have you joining me today. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you, and we're kicking it off with some electrifying news from the MLs. You know who's been making waves in the soccer scene lately? The one and only Lionel Messi. The Inter Miami star is back to his old tricks, scoring not one, but two spectacular goals in their recent match against CF Montreal. I mean, this guy's a magician on the field, folks. He took a long ball from Tomas Aviles, headed by Luis Suarez, and then proceeded to dribble into the box, finishing with his left foot to make it 2-1 in the 40th minute. It's like he has eyes in the back of his head and feet that can move faster than the speed of light. But what's even more impressive is that this was Inter Miami's first game back after a month-long hiatus, competing in the Club World Cup. And let me tell you, they came back with a bang. Messi's goals were just the beginning, as Telasco Segovia scored in the 60th minute, and then Messi struck again, weaving through defenders like they were cones on a training field. The final score was 4-1, with Miami taking home the win. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Howard, this is just another day in the life of Lionel Messi. But let me tell you, folks, this guy is a legend for a reason. He's got 12 goals in 14 games this season, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. And with Inter Miami on a 3-game winning streak, they're looking like a force to be reckoned with in the MLs. We'll be discussing more about Messi's incredible skills, as well as other fascinating sports news throughout the show. So, stay tuned, folks. We've got a lot to cover, and I'm excited to share my opinions with you. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're diving into the world of sports for our middle segment today, and I've got two exciting stories to share with you. First up, let's talk about the University of New Mexico's track team. You might have heard that Ishmael Kipkurui, the NCAA champion and record holder in the 10,000 meters, has signed a professional contract with Nike. This is huge news for the Lobos, but it also means we won't be seeing Kipkurui compete for UNM anymore. Kipkurui's achievements are truly impressive. He's a 4-time All-American and has been dominating on the track scene. His decision to turn pro and train in his native Kenya is likely to take his career to even greater heights. We wish him all the best as he embarks on this new chapter. But that's not all. We also have some news from the UNM Lobos athletic department. It seems that Ishmael Kipkurui isn't the only one making headlines. The men's basketball team is also getting ready for a fresh start, with some exciting new developments on the horizon. Although we don't have too many details just yet, it's clear that the Lobos are looking to make a splash in the upcoming season. We'll be keeping a close eye on both of these stories as they unfold. For now, let's take a quick look at what else is happening in the world of sports. But not for too long, because we've got one more story lined up for you today. Stay tuned for our final story of the day right here on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're closing out today's show with a story that's got everyone in the baseball world talking. I'm sure many of you caught wind of it over the weekend, but just in case you missed it, let me fill you in. New York Yankees star Aaron Judge was involved in a scary incident during their game against the New York Mets at Citi Field on Saturday. Apparently, Judge was hit in the head by a throw from his teammate Anthony Volpe as he was coming off the field at the end of the 4th inning. The ball broke Judge's sunglasses and left him bleeding, but thankfully he was able to remain in the game after receiving some medical attention. I mean, can you imagine if something more serious had happened? The Yankees are already struggling, having lost 5 straight games prior to this incident. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could something like this happen? It's just one of those freak accidents that can occur in any sport, folks. But it does make you appreciate the risks these athletes take every time they step onto the field. And let me tell you, Judge is having an MVP caliber season so far, so the Yankees are breathing a sigh of relief that he's okay. The incident has sparked some interesting discussions about player safety and the importance of being aware of your surroundings, even when you're not directly involved in the play. It's a good reminder for all athletes, regardless of the sport they play. And on a separate note, if you're a fan of either the Yankees or the Mets, you know how intense this rivalry can get. The Subway Series always brings out the best in both teams, and it's been great to see these two New York powerhouses go head-to-head. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, these are some of my humble thoughts.